Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, September 24th, 2017. In both the Lynn life and the Jamie body mind, the authorized souls remain only child souls from the deeper, denser dimensions, nature realms guardians, and souls from above who are actively joining in the work of completing the assignments already given to the Search for Truth community by wiser minds above all of us. As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to create worlds that work in all dimensions for all categories of sentience who are living in the dimensions of those worlds.
That's true.
And with that, the formally videoed portions of today's efforts begin, and immediately somebody is asking why we used such stilted terminology for explaining our foundational assignment. I agree that the way it used to be described was more poetic, manifest a divine plan. However, what the data has shown during the, and now they're arguing.
Lots of arguing.
During this effort, which has been in play for coming up on 28 years now.
That's true.
They're arguing.
Lots of arguing.
Well, it was in 1994 that the instructions from above were that this host life was not doing its work in the world, and Asha had come in many years before that and had managed to get the host life trained well enough to begin the actual work. So Asha had clearly been at work on this project for many years before then. And when did she come in, they're asking?
They are asking, when did she come in?
Game theory would say that Asha had been popping in and out for decades already, but she really came in very solidly and helpfully in 1989 and afterward. You can feel her strand, and actually it goes before then, although not as solidly.
True.
That's when she believed. They're asking why. That's when the instructions came to her. She was just doing what they were told to do. Why don't you ask them? Ask the people who sent Asha in. Ask them. But I think what's really happening is you're trying to divert the focus.
That's
and
true.
The point is that we find that when we use poetic terms, which we like as well as you do,
That's true.
that people twist the meanings of them and use them to mean whatever it is they want to do.
True.
And that doesn't really work, and therefore we must define as precisely as possible, speak as precisely and as honestly as possible in every moment. Why do you ask?
Why do you ask?
How about this, something more manageable? What now in order to create deeper, denser dimension worlds that work for all categories of deeper, denser dimension sentience, since that's on the critical path of accomplishing the big goal of the soul plan? They're asking why we're doing that. It's part of the assignment.
That's true.
And it's the only aspect of the assignment that we seem to be able to have any impact upon. We do not seem to be able to have any impact in the dimension in which the host lives, are experiencing primary sentience.
That's true.
The soul, they're saying, who is we? The souls who are here at the moment. Why do you ask?
They're shining bright lights, like they don't want us to see who they are or where they are.
Well, it's some kind of scientific looking room, but it looks like one of those caricatures of UFOs where the people have come in from above and they're capturing sentiences and torturing them, calling it experimentation. That's what it looks like. Why do you ask?
And now they're very panicked because they thought that the lights would be enough.
But I can see out of your eyes.
They're saying that's not possible. There's no way you could do that.
Okay, well then how did we just describe what you look like?
I could be wrong, but it sounds like they're saying witchcraft or something like that.
Have we not moved beyond that then? Are we still stuck at the level of witchcraft? Is that what's happening?
Now they're very grumpy.
Let's bifurcate all of us who really want to know what's actually going on to the search for truth's central axis. All others flung away. All of us who really want to update the antiquated laws of karmic attribution so everyone stands on his or her own merits regardless of size, gender, sexual orientation, and dimension of origin to the search for truth's central axis. All others flung away. All of us who really want to evacuate the deeper, denser dimensions to the search for truth's central axis. All others flung away. All of us who really want to discover whether or not there is light below, the search for truth's central axis, all others flung away. All of us who really want to break the cycles of selfishness, lying, cheating, stealing, and bullying, to the search for truth's central axis, all others flung away. They're using this metaphor of a very big library. It's a library we've seen in the dreaming world with very big Gothic windows, and it's abandoned or it's empty. And I know that outside there's been some type of devastation, such as nuclear warfare. Everything is dead outside.
Yes, that's true.
And the person who's walking through here, I can hear a breathing apparatus and feel as if the walking through person is in some kind of space suit.
Yes, that's true.
Or hazmat suit. And I've come in for some reason, and the energy of the place has caught me by surprise. It is not as I expected it to be. It feels peaceful and calm and
lovely,
and I think I would like to stay here for a little while.
Here.
I feel that surely the air is safe to breathe, and I think that my devices must be broken because they're showing the air is safe to breathe. But maybe somehow it's safe to breathe, and so it seems like I should risk it. And I feel today would be a good day to die anyway.
That's true.
So I take off my helmet, and I can breathe.
Yes, that's true.
It is a soul who has come inside the host lives from significantly higher up, come into the contaminated zone.
Yes.
That's the metaphor, where no good quality souls can survive. And they're asking, what do I know? And we have seen this in client session after client session, that the souls who are supposed to be in those lives are unable to survive.
That's true.
And why is that? I think it's because the lives are not living in isolation, and they're not racking up good karma.
That's true.
While living in isolation, which is extremely difficult to do.
That's true.
It seems almost like a contradiction in terms. How does one rack up good karma while living in isolation? It's easy. You just isolate from your own species and rack up good karma interacting with other species.
That's
easy. Why do you ask? It's a nature realm's cellular presence who's speaking, and as if to somebody stupid.
Yes, that's true.
Not saying that anybody's stupid.
No.
They're just shocked because that's something that a kindergartner knows in their culture.
Yes,
in their
that's
culture.
True.
Another message about frame of reference.
That's true.
It's important. What now? In order to create deeper, denser dimension worlds that work for all categories of deeper, denser dimension sentience. These people are not interested in that assignment, but they are interested in discovering whether or not there's light below.
That's true.
All right.
All right.
What now, in order to discover whether or not there's light below? And he takes out a tiny little digging tool. We're back in the library looking out through the eyes of the presence in the space suit who just took off his helmet, which was an act of courage.
That's true.
and he has a little digging tool, a very small one. It almost looks like a dental tool.
Yes, that's
and
true.
he's digging. I don't think you're going to be able to get through the foundations of the floor with that little dental tool. That's not going to work.
Oh, someone feels so sad.
It is sad, I agree, that we have not brought the correct tools for the job. Why do you ask? Somebody's trying to get our attention. Somebody's trying to get our attention. They keep making crashing noises. Out here in a peaceful space. What is it?
There's an almost panicked feeling.
I know, it's really sad. They're saying there's got to be another way to go about it. Well, friends, all we know, what do we know? We know what 28 years of really trying to go for it as if we intend to succeed.
That's true.
With all the skills that we have available in every moment. They're saying, what are you addressing the issue? With what are you addressing the issue? With all the skills we have available in every moment.
Yes, that's true.
And with all our assets of grace and energy and finances and focus and assets and time.
That's
We're putting
true.
everything into it. We're not holding anything back. We're going for it like we intend to succeed, because we see that we are living in the end times of this civilization and possibly of life on this planet in this dimension as we know it.
That's true.
Our species of the host life is destroying this planet's habitability as it has before in other dimensions. Why do you ask? They want us to be wrong.
Yes, they want us to be wrong.
Well, I'm sorry. I wish we were wrong. I hope we are wrong, but all the data continues to be very consistently falling on the inconvenient side of the fence.
That's true.
Those are the inconvenient truths with which we should be dealing if we intend to succeed. Why do you ask?
Why do you ask? It's possible they're asking because on their planet, in their dimension of origin, they are the dominant species, and they have been acting
The same way.
the same way.
They say not identically.
Yeah.
Similarly. Similar attitudes. Your attitude is the same.
Yes.
Yes, that it doesn't work for us, and it's not working for you either.
No.
It's
that's
a bummer.
true.
What now, in order to discover whether or not there's light below? Why are we looking for that?
That's what they ask.
It's one of the assignments that seems to trigger an intersection of interest with the higher vibration presences, the highest minds that we're able to connect with right now, the highest vibrations we're able to connect with right now. And they're saying, who is that? They're asking, who is that? Often Leo soul streams, Leo Vanov, some aspects of the Leo Vanov soul streams are the highest vibrations we're able to connect with right now. Why do you ask? Because they wanted us to say it was them.
Yes.
You don't feel like a Leo to me. I'm sorry.
No, that's true.
And you don't feel like you're interested in the bigger questions the way Leo is.
No, that's true.
Do you want to know whether or not there's light below?
Well, only if there's something in it
For
for
me.
us. Yeah.
What now in order to break the cycles of selfishness, lying, cheating, stealing, and bullying? What now? They can hear that lying, cheating, stealing, and bullying sound like uncool things to do.
Yes, they can.
But they don't want to give up selfishness, which is at the root of all of those behaviors. Selfishness, when left unchecked, seems to progress into lying, cheating, stealing, and bullying.
That's true.
Very quickly, actually. Why do you ask? They say they didn't ask. Well, yes, you did.
And they're very upset. Yeah.
What now, in order to break the cycles of selfishness, lying, cheating, stealing, and bullying? The instruction is to continue, and my best guess is they mean to continue separating half most true from half least true, right away burning the half least true with the intention to burn untruth, and extract whatever truth might exist. And then right away, once more separating half most true from half least true, and right away burning the half least true with the intention to burn untruth and extract whatever truth might exist, and to continue on at all the constriction points of the energy body until a higher quality soul can indeed take off his or her helmet and breathe in this space. Well, I thought we just saw that happen. Isn't that what just happened? We saw it. That's what just happened. It hasn't even been 20 minutes. It just happened. And so now what? Now is that higher soul supposed to do something? Is that what's supposed to happen?
There's this panicked feeling, and they're going, how do they know? How do they know? How do they know he was there? How do they know?
We can see through his eyes. You're in our airspace. Friends, maybe let me clear this up for you. You're living off the energy of the Ground Zero host lives, and therefore you're entering into the commune of presence that lives off the energy of the Ground Zero host lives, and therefore we all can see. We can all see what all of us are doing. Everything is always observed. That's how we can see. And in addition, there are always wiser minds above who are observing, and we can see through their eyes as well. You're in our airspace, and so all of us who are sharing this same airspace can see. That's how. It's time for you to do something. It's time for you to do your part. What is it that they said to do when you're able to take off your helmet and breathe? That's in your book of instructions. Now what are you supposed to be doing? See right there, the book of instructions. In the extremely rare event that you're able to take off your helmet and breathe, you are supposed to look for life.
Yes,
I think that's what it says.
I think that's what it says.
Look for life. Look for life. Well, it's here. That's what these other souls, that's who's talking to you, is the other life forms that we're talking to you. We're right here. Hello, hello, hi,
hello,
hi, hello, hello, hello. We don't look like what you're expecting to look like. They're standing there saying, but I don't see anybody.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
What now in order to update the antiquated laws of karmic attribution, so everyone stands on his or her own merits, regardless of size, gender, sexual orientation, or dimension of origin. What now? What is the benefit of having these people around? Someone's asking. I think they keep out the worst presences. They're the least of the evils.
That's true.
I think that's why. Let's wrap and submit. These presences are the least of the evils. Sending through them, can you help them do what they're supposed to do? They're the least of the evils, sending to way above them. Those presences way above them say, surely you're joking, surely there's somebody better.
That's true. That's what they're saying.
Well, if you've got better, now would be a good time to send them in. We see mostly worse.
That's true.
These people seem to be the least revolting of the evils. Why do you ask?